time. Something has got to happen because we can no longer go down the path that we're going down. This country won't last another 6 months. This country won't last another 12 months if something doesn't happen. So it's time to flip the switch. It's time to get involved. It's time to move the line forward. And if you're not part of the solution, then you're part of the problem. So I don't care what flip the switch is. I don't care if that means that all of this nonsense is nonsense, or if some of it's true. All right, welcome, Warriors, World Patriots, fellow Americans. My name is Mike. I'm the host of the Liberty Warrior. Give me liberty or give me death. When tyranny becomes law, rebellion becomes duty. Today is January. It's 19th. It's Wednesday, 2022. Hope you all are doing well. Hey, I got some exciting news for you guys, and I don't want to have to keep saying it every show, so that's why I put it at the bottom of the screen. Podbean today with Andy from Miles Franklin. We had a great conversation, and he said that whatever we put out every month for coins, he's going to double that. So, well, we had 5 coins ready to go out this month, so now we're going to do 10. So if you guys want to get qualified for that, it's pretty simple. Just send in one chat per month. Or if you guys have a reoccurring membership on one of the other channels, then that automatically qualifies your name to go in for that drawing as well. So I was pretty excited to share that. If you want to know how to get qualified, it's just at the bottom of the screen. If you have any other questions, you can ask in chat, and the moderators be glad to help you along with that. So, what is a super chat? It should be at the bottom of your screen there. You could just throw $1 in or whatever, and that'll get you qualified. It's that simple. All right. Tonight is going to be an exciting night for me because I really have something that I believe in, and we're going to share part of that with you guys tonight. And we're going to talk about what it is to make a conscious decision to become a patriot, be a patriot, support patriot businesses, get in the fight, and make a difference. And so I've got a guest with us tonight. Thank you, Shane, for the super sticker. Appreciate that. I got a guest tonight. We've been working together now for, I don't know, I think it's going on 4 months. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring Gene in. Hey, Gene, good evening. How are you?
Hey, Mike, doing great. How about you?
I am all guns blazing all the time, brother.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know how you get it all done. I really don't.
I don't always get it all done. That's the problem.
Well,
I always have something that doesn't get done every day, but you know, it's there tomorrow when I wake up. So I just keep plugging along.
that is for sure.
So anyway, I thought it was really a good time for us to get together and to talk about what it is to be a patriot. Um, Talk about some of the battles that we face as patriots day in, day out. Some of the things that they really throw at us. Some things that people may not realize that we can maybe bring to light tonight and show them, you know, with some of the stuff that you've got that you've researched. Hey, these are some of the companies out there that are constantly plaguing us with their propaganda, um, and we need to push back. And so how we do that is we just have to make these conscious decisions, and we talk about it all the time here at LWN. I'm a firm believer in being a leader, and to, I mean, if I'm gonna get, I'm gonna get people in the fight and show them how it's done. I got to lead by example. So I have I have looked at my options 4 months ago when you came on board and showed us, you know, the things that were out there that we could do to make a difference. That's been 4 months now. I haven't regretted it, and just really trying to be a patriot. To be honest with you.
Yeah, yeah, no, and you know, at the end of the day, uh, you know, we've got a choice to make here, and that's either jump in or stand on the sidelines and watch. And it's been almost a year for me, quite frankly, um, after almost 10 years of just kind of following some stuff, geopolitics, global finance, some things that should have tripped a long time ago. You know, there's a lot of people here that are aware of some things that have been promised for a long time. But coming out of the election, when it was obvious to anybody paying attention that things were not done right, and then we started being promised that, oh, it'll happen by this date, it'll be fixed by this date, you know, and dates come and go, and dates come and go, and dates keep coming and going. And so I'm not here to predict that none of that will ever, you know, that's been projected will ever happen. I don't know. But I did look really hard at where we've been in the last, call it 50 years. If you just look at where we started coming out of World War II, what's the first thing that we did? We pitched in to rebuild Japan and Europe.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we did. And part of that involved switching manufacturing to Japan. A big chunk of our manufacturing we shipped off to Japan, electronics and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we moved on to China, and we started, you know, building China up. Well, hang on a second here. We're letting ourselves go, you know, go by the wayside in the process.
Yeah, the wrong direction. I mean, if you go back in history, the Industrial Revolution America was the driving force behind that. We really were the leaders of the world out there driving innovation, driving the industrial revolution, everything made in America. My grandfather had tools that he passed down to my father and myself that were made in America. Yankee, um, Craftsman was an American-made tool at one time. So many things that we made here in America, and after World War II, like you said, we started going abroad, and then introduce policies and stuff of our past. You know, administrations. Well, I'm trying to be nice here tonight. So policies
Right.
of our past administrations that really started pushing companies here in America to find cheaper ways to produce their products. And so what that ended up being is they started going overseas. They started looking elsewhere for cheaper labor, cheaper materials. And so made in America was something that really has dissolved, and it's hard to find. It's pretty bad when you go to a lot of stores and you have to search to try to find something made in America instead of you should be able to throw a rock in any direction and everything that rock hits is made in America, but that's not true anymore. And so it's up to us as patriots to try to bring that back. We got to realize the things that have been done to us, that has put us in the situation that we're at. And it's up to us to roll our sleeves up and to make change. And, with T in office, he really pushed the America First agenda. He pushed bringing manufacturing back to America. A lot of his policies gave tax breaks, and he did accomplish the things they said that was purely impossible. Matter of fact, the Obama administration said that'll never happen. Manufacturing will
Right.
never come back to America. And guess what? T came in the office and he proved them wrong. He made policies that brought that back to America. But now we fast forward to current time, and they're going the wrong direction again. So how do we stand up as patriots and make a difference and say no, we're not going to allow that to happen? Is we've got to search out and find patriot-owned companies, people out there, mom and pop shops alike, and other companies that are here in America, manufacturing in America, using materials from America, because you got to be careful. Even though some of that stuff says made in America, if you really start digging in and researching it, 95% of everything that makes that one little thing is all manufactured outside of country. So is it truly made in America? I mean, vehicles for one. You get doors that are made in Canada, you get other parts that are made in Mexico, and then they assemble it in America and then stamp on it made in America, and that's not true.
Yeah, exactly. To that point, one of the things that I went searching for was a stainless vacuum formed, I guess you would call it, or whatever, tumbler, like a coffee tumbler. I
Mhm.
like coffee like you do, and I went looking for a U.S. made tumbler. I wanted a 20-ounce tumbler, just like a Yeti or something like that, a Bison,
Mhm.
one of the nice ones. And so I actually got on the phone and called one of the manufacturers, because the disclaimer on their website said, even though they said they were all made in the USA, it said that their tumblers were not. So I
There you
called them
go.
and I said, hey, what's the deal? They said, believe it or not, the machinery does no longer exist in the United States to actually make it. It doesn't exist on this soil. A simple tumbler. So it just blew my mind. And that was when I knew that we really had to turn this thing around. And the reason that I started with the whole, all the way back to World War II, one of the common things that comes up in discussion with people that I'm talking to is they want this flip of a switch, kind of place off your flip the switch concept, right? They want to be able to
Mhm.
flip this switch and immediately have all these US made things to choose from. And unfortunately, the reality is we've got a long road back to that point where the majority of things that we want are even available made here. So,
I agree. And
but
I also think that now is a time for opportunity, for entrepreneurs, for people out there who have innovation, who have inventions and ideas in their heads of things that they might be able to mass produce, um, skill sets, and cooking, baking. I mean, you name it. There's so many things out there that I feel like is a great opportunity now, with what happened to America in the last 18 24 months. Here's an opportunity for people to take a little bit of risk, and without risk there's no reward. So
yep.
if you're not willing to take that step of faith out there and try to put yourself out there, then there's never going to be a reward. So I've always been one to roll the dice. I've always been one to take that chance, because honestly, if I don't want to be sitting on my rocking chair on my porch when I'm 80 plus years old, going, "What if?" and have all these regrets in life. I'm not taking those chances. Now, that doesn't mean that I haven't taken those chances and failed. I have, but I've also been very successful too. So if you can learn from those mistakes, it just makes you stronger. So now our job as patriots is, how do we get involved? How do we start searching out and finding these patriot owned businesses? Because like you said, it's not going to be a flip of the switch overnight. We got to help build these companies up. We got to make conscious decisions to spend our money wisely. That doesn't mean inflate your budget. That means take the budget that you already use today and just carve out a little bit for that mom and pop shop, a little bit for this business over here, a little bit for that business over there. And before you know it, you're not shopping at Walmart anymore. And I know there's a ton of people in chat that say, I haven't shopped at Walmart for a year. I haven't shopped at Walmart for 10 years. Kudos to you. Congratulations. I'm glad that you're not doing that. But there are a lot of us, including myself, that I've been wanting to do this for a long time. But honestly, I never had the stones to just walk away. I just said, you know what? I don't care. It's convenient for me. I'm still going to go shop at Walmart. I'm still going to go shop at Target or wherever I go get my stuff, because it was convenient for me. That was the biggest thing, is convenience. And I just didn't want to give up the convenience of being able to go to one store and get pretty much everything that I possibly need. So it's a discipline. It's a lifestyle change that you've got to, like I said, consciously just tell yourself, listen, today I'm going to make the decision that whatever I have to shop for my needs in my home or in my yard or whatever is going to be a place that is American made and not at Walmart or any of these big box stores. Because, Gene, I want you to share with them what the big box stores turn around and do to us once we spend our paychecks there.
Well, first of all, right off the top, and it's different for different market segments, but I'm gonna pick on the whole LWN flip the switch. I came to you 4 months ago with the Patriot Switch concept, and LWN being now an extension of the Patriot Switch concept. One of the things that Patriot Switch did was we looked to see where we could have the biggest impact the fastest, right? Because again, if we're gonna set our mind to turn this thing around, we're gonna pick the spot that we can kick the hardest. And so the consumer goods category is what we landed on for several reasons. The first of which is that 24 cents of every dollar that you spend on a consumer good, the definition of that being, it's really simple. It's boring stuff like toothpaste, deodorant, laundry soap, dishwasher pods, on and on and on and on. I mean, anything that as soon as you get to the end of that container, whether it be hand soap, I mean, you get to the end of that container, what do? You open up another one, right? You went to the store on a weekly basis, you got the things that you needed, you took your inventory, you checked, and you go, okay, these are the things that I need this week, right? I need to keep my stock level at a comfort point here. And so you do it, you buy these things almost on autopilot. In fact, it really is on autopilot, because we don't think about it.
Yeah,
We
like if I run out of dish soap here or trash bags, or if I run out of toothpaste or deodorant or whatever, like you said, laundry soap to do my laundry, what am I going to do? Well, I'm not, I live 2 hours from the valley, an hour and a half from the nearest Walmart. So I would plan my time to drive an hour and a half out of my way to go shop at the biggest box store there is so I can make one trip, get it all. Thought I was saving money, which I'm not going to lie. That's how they draw a lot of people in, is by price point. That is the
absolutely.
name of the game. It's price point. So I would go there. I would spend, there was never a time I could ever leave Walmart without dropping at least a C note there, and I'd look at the shopping cart, and it barely cover the bottom of the shopping cart. Normally, it was always two C notes to get out of Walmart, because what they get you on, and it's all part of marketing, is all the end caps. So as you're walking down to get the things that you have to have, you see things that you want to have, and then next thing you know, I'm
Yep.
throwing stuff in there, and then I got my 9-year-old son that says, "Hey, Dad, I need this." He's throwing that in the cart. When I'm not looking, he throws another thing in the cart. I get up to the checkout and I go, "Where'd this stuff come from?" "Well, Dad, I need that."
Yeah, for sure. For sure. But yeah, back to where does that money go? 24 cents of every dollar spent on consumer goods goes straight to marketing and advertising. All right. Whose pockets are those? Oh, let's guess. The mainstream media,
Mm-hmm.
Facebook, Twitter,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
all of those platforms that censor us, that kick us off, that throw us in jail, that lie to us,
You know what else?
propagandize us.
You know what
Yeah.
else? Okay, so how many people out there listening tonight have a smartphone? As we're having this conversation, when I go to get on Facebook after the show to check something, toothpaste, trash bags, all that stuff's going to pop up on my Facebook. All that advertisement, they're listening to us constantly, and that drives their marketing campaign. So that 24 cents for every dollar that we consciously spend at Walmart is going to badger us to death to go buy something that we talked about, and like you said, it goes to lamestream media, because if you sit in front of the TV and watch channel 7 every night to watch the news, during that newscast there's always a commercial that pops up, and they're always telling you to go buy something, and where are they telling you to go buy it at
It's
Walmart.
it's worse than that, Mike. Think about this for a second. Okay. I turned my TV off. I haven't watched mainstream media in months. Every once in a while, I'll turn it on just to see what they're lying about now. Okay. But if I turn around and walk into Walmart and buy the stuff that they're advertising, they're still getting their money. They don't care that I just turned their crap off and then I'm not watching. I'm still giving them my money. That's the crazy part of this. When you
That's
start
what we
connecting
do.
the dots, it's like, yeah, wow. So even worse than that. And by the way, folks, hang in there because we're gonna give you some, after we depress you a little bit here. Maybe we're gonna tell you some good news. We know how to take it to them, guys. We really do.
Yep.
We know exactly how to take it to them. And so anyway, we pick on Walmart a lot here, but I'm here to tell you, it doesn't matter. All the way down to your local mini mart, they control 95% of the shelf space, the retail shelf space in America, period. Period. When I say they, I'm talking actually, the retailers are just the middleman. The real control is had at the manufacturing level. So that's when we went digging, when Patriot Switch went digging, and we really started to turn rocks over and see where things lied. It was at the manufacturing level, and then it gets another step worse than that. All right, who really owns all these companies? Who's the major shareholders? Who sits on the boards of these companies and controls them? Anybody
Some
here?
some
Go
pretty
ahead.
bad people. some pretty bad people because I've seen this before. So I'm going to tell you, it's the people that we keep saying that we're fighting against. You know, I've seen comments in the chat already, cabal, this, that, and the other. These people are all part of it. They're all
Yeah.
tied to it in some form or fashion. Yeah, John BlackRock.
John,
Wait till Gene shows you BlackRock. It's going to blow your mind, folks. The stuff that he's going to pull up on screen here in a minute, it's going to really connect a lot of these dots for you. I don't know if other channels have ever really dove this deep into what we're talking about, but we're trying to share that with you tonight because there are options out there for you. Yes, Vanguard. Oh, man, you guys are hitting
you guys
These
are
guys
on
are
it.
smart. These guys are on it. On
Yep.
it. And listen, it's not that I don't want to help my mom and pop shop here in town. The problem is when I go to the shelf, it's just like Gene says, they're just the middleman. So Johnson and Johnson and the rest of them are right there in front of me on the shelf. Those are the bad guys. Johnson and Johnson has had lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit with their products. Let's just call out baby powder, right? How many lawsuits have they had just over baby powder alone? That's, they use very harmful ingredients. They do, I think they do a lot of animal trials on a lot of their products. The animal doesn't die. I guess it's good enough for human consumption or human use. So it's really disgusting how all these people are tied together. And we're going to show you a little bit of that web tonight and connect a few more dots for you. And then, like I said, hang with us because we do have some really good news and hope on the other end of this that I think you all will be at least interested in hearing more about. So, Gene, wherever you want to take it from here, brother.
All right. If whenever I can share my screen, let me know. All right, there we go. All right. So again, like I said, we pick on Walmart, and you guys are getting it in the chat. I'm just going to document it here for the rest of you because I want to prove what I'm talking about here. This is Walmart as an example. Major top institutional holders. Vanguard number 1, BlackRock number 2, right? Well, let's just weed Walmart out of this and let's go to Target instead, right? Here's Target. Vanguard's number 1. Oops, somebody else slipped into number 2, but BlackRock's number 3. All right. Well, I don't go to Walmart or Target. I'll go to Costco, right? Oh, Vanguard, BlackRock. By the way, State Street pops up a lot too.
So hold on just a second. Pause for just a second.
Mm-hmm.
I know we got some really smart people listening right now. Do you guys see the pattern yet? The same 2 people keep popping up. This is number 3. They're sitting at the top. They trade spots every now and again. One is number 1 and one is number 2. Look at the shares that Vanguard has. Over 37,000. Is that right?
That's correct.
37,000 shares. BlackRock has over 30,000 shares.
Yep. Yeah, and for those that don't know, again, this is what determines seats on the boards of these companies. Major shareholders get influence in how these companies are run. So anyway, so we're on Costco here. Okay.
Costco, which everybody loves Costco. Yep. Everybody goes to Costco to buy in bulk. They pay that $30 membership every year, and they go there. And when they go shopping, they give you the biggest shopping cart possible so that you can fill it to the brim, and then pull another baby cart behind you because you're going to spend $400, $500, $600 every time you go to Costco.
Yep. All right, so we're not going to go to big box stores. We're going to go to grocery chains, right? And by the way, this is Kroger, and I'm going to scroll down here for just a second because some people may not realize Kroger's the largest grocery chain in the U.S. The problem is they don't always run under the Kroger name. Baker's, City Market, Dillon's, Food for Less, Fred Meyer, Fry's. You guys have any of these in your neighborhoods?
Mm-hmm. Fred Meyer.
Mariano's.
Metro Market. We have Fred. Yep.
Pick and Save, Ralph's, Ruler Foods, Smith's.
Smith's. Yep.
Yeah, that's all Kroger. That's all Kroger. So, institutional ownership, Vanguard, BlackRock, our buddy
State Street.
Our buddy Warren Buffett squeaked in there on number 3 with Berkshire Hathaway on this one, but then State Street again. We see those. We see State Street frequently. So, all right, we're gonna skip. We're gonna skip the grocery chains, and we're gonna buy from the drugstore chains, right? So here's Walgreens, Vanguard, number 1, BlackRock number 3. Up, SSGA punched right in there again. CVS, Vanguard, BlackRock.
BlackRock.
All right. Well, we'll skip all those guys, right? We're going to go to Dollar General because we got that little place right in our hometown, right?
Mm-hmm. Everybody loves the Dollar General, man. They're getting ready. They were getting ready to build one here in my little hometown, and they got shut down. They wouldn't let them come in, but I can go 27 miles north, and they have one in that little town, which is about the same size as this one. So let's see who owns the Dollar General.
Yeah, well, surprise, surprise. BlackRock, Vanguard. State Street comes in at number 5. So, all right, but we don't have Dollar General around me, or maybe we do, but we've also got Family Dollar or Dollar. By the way, Dollar Tree owns Family Dollar. So Dollar Tree and Family Dollar, even though they're 2 different business models, they're one and the same as far as the company goes. Vanguard's number 1. Mantle Ridge slipped in there to number 2 somehow, but BlackRock is number 3. So now we're just talking about retailers, right? So we've covered most of the retailers that most of us frequent. But like the point that I was making before is that the real control is had at the manufacturing level. So let's go take a look at Procter & Gamble. Who's Procter & Gamble? Well, if you've ever bought Tide, Downy, Dawn, Cheer, Crest toothpaste.
That's what I use, Crest.
I don't quote me for sure, but I'm thinking that like their deodorant or antiperspirant is Old Spice, maybe, I think. So anyway, but yeah, once again, top 10 owners of Procter & Gamble, Vanguard, BlackRock, right?
Can you answer a question for me, Gene?
I'll try.
May not be the same. It may not be the same company, but wasn't there a BlackRock coffee, and everybody kind of ran to them, and then there was something bad about them? Do you know what I'm talking about?
You're thinking about Black Rifle.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, and they went woke.
They went woke. All right. Well, that's just as bad.
They went woke. So, by the way, speaking of, have you seen the latest one? I've seen all of a sudden, I've seen a lot of Patriots ditching their Carhartts.
No, I haven't seen that. Why are they ditching Carhartts?
Because Carhartt's going to mandate the vaccine.
Ooh. Well, we can't say that word on here, but that's all right.
Oops, sorry.
That's all right.
The vacation. I forgot about that. The vacation.
So everybody is ditching Carhartt. So now I got to find an American-made workwear that I can buy, because I used to be I got all kinds of Carhartt, but I won't support them. If that's the way they're going to be, I'll find somebody else.
Yeah, unfortunately, and this is kind of a side note here, Mike. I hope we don't get too far off track, but we did some homework on clothing as an example, and there's only 3% of clothing goods that are made in the U.S. 97% is offshore. The few companies that have started back up and offering U.S. made clothing are outrageously priced compared to what we're accustomed to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking $70 t-shirts and $120, $130 jeans. Just regular jeans, nothing super fancy, just plain run of the mill, right? Why so outrageously priced? Well, here's the dirty little secret. When we offshored that stuff 20, 30 years ago to basically slave labor countries, okay, places paying a couple, $3 a day for labor, if that.
China.
Yep. We hid a lot of the inflation that had been occurring along the way. We buried it, and you just didn't see it. It was happening, but because they went offshore, you couldn't see it anymore.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's
Nike,
a side note.
Nike was another one that did the same thing.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. So moving on to now, I'm picking on again because we went after the consumer goods market as being our target market that we could hit the hardest, the fastest, right? So we're picking on consumer goods manufacturers, although Johnson & Johnson makes vacation shots too. So anyway.
And they're making billions off of that.
Exactly.
Billions.
And who do we see owning them again? Once again, Vanguard number 1, BlackRock falls in the number 3 category for that. Unilever. A lot of us don't recognize the names quite so much there, and we did see a little bit of a mix-up. The top 10 owners of Unilever, BlackRock comes in at number 2. Interestingly enough here, look at this BlackRock Investment Management. This is the first time we're tripping across that, but you're going to see a little bit more of that here in just a minute about how they hide behind other names. But I mean, why would you make it so obvious as this one? BlackRock Investment Management and BlackRock Advisors. Actually, those two are not actually the main company. If you go down into the institution mutual funds, now we're into a whole nother set of BlackRock and Vanguard. And there
just all umbrellas. Those are umbrella companies, I'm sure.
Yep, we see that. Vanguard twice in the top 5 of mutual funds holding Unilever. Okay. Moving on to Colgate-Palmolive. Let me show you for sure that that's what that is. Colgate-Palmolive. Top 10 owners. Vanguard. BlackRock slipped down to number 4.
Maybe they're running a little light on funds at this point. I mean, they're part of so many different companies. They can't go forever.
Come on down to the mutual funds. Vanguard Institutional, Vanguard Total, Vanguard Dividend, Vanguard 500. They hold the top 5 spots. Now look at this, Mike, real quick. Look at this 2.84, 2.83%. Okay, that together that's almost 5.7. And then you add another almost 2.5. So now you're over 8%. And with the last 2%, you're over 10%. But they've split it up between all these indexes. So they're kind of hiding there, right? Next up, let's take a look at Vanguard and BlackRock for giggles, right?
Yeah. Yep. Here
Who's
we go.
the top 10 owner of Vanguard? Oh, BlackRock. And who's the number 3 owner? Oh, it's the Vanguard Group.
Yep.
Mutual fund companies. Vanguard. Oh, wait a minute. Who is this again? Oh, this is American Vanguard. How do you own yourself?
Well, you have a corporation with a bunch of
I mean, yes, I know how you do.
Yeah, and you just basically you're just you just keep lining your own pocket, man. It's insanity. That's how these guys get filthy rich, man. They just
And the last one, BlackRock itself, right? Vanguard's number one. And then we got BlackRock fund advisors in there. And then we come down into mutual funds, Vanguard, 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 and another Vanguard. I mean, it's just, you know, this is, they make it difficult. They make it nearly impossible to get away from them. They really do. They really do.
Yeah.
Now, the bright news is we have the solution. The only real solution that we have at the moment, but we got to start somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We've got an American manufacturer that 97% of their stuff is made right here in the US, 2% in Canada, and the 1% they're trying to bring back now, quite frankly.
Mm-hmm.
There's some really cool stories about that. They're a full-blown patriot, freedom-loving company. They've been targeted by Obama, if that gives them any cred. We've got a great place to start. We really do.
Well, let's talk about it a little bit, because I've been consciously making a decision to carve out what little budget I have every month and to spend my money wisely. Yes, I still go down to local grocery store. I still buy my meat there. I still buy my milk there, cereal, stuff like that. But like we talked about, for the things that we use every day in our home, dish soap, laundry soap, shower gel, bars of soap, toothpaste, shampoo, all kinds of different things that they have, close to 500 different items to choose from. Let's talk about how the wellness program is. So they really focus on trying to use all natural ingredients and get away from the synthetics, because that's a big deal. It's a big deal to me. After finding out and doing research on some of the products that I have in my home that I was using for cleaning supplies, for shower gel, and all that other stuff, it could be harmful to children. It could be harmful to my animals. So that was a concern of mine. And then I started researching these guys and looking into them and finding that they really work hard on trying to make all their products kid friendly, non-toxic, pet friendly. That was a big deal to me. And then convenience, right? I told you the biggest thing that kept me going to Walmart was convenience. I just could not break away from convenience. And so when I found out that this was a place that I could shop online, just like Amazon, I can go to the website, pick out what I want, pay for it, and then they box it up and ship it right to my doorstep. I went, wow, now that is giving me what I want, which is convenience. What else? What else do you want to tell us about the Patriot Company here?
I think you've pretty much covered it all as far as that goes. I think it basically comes down to yes, people are going to need more information than what we can give here on the show, and for that, that's why you created lwnfliptheswitch.com, right?
Correct.
So anyway, that is where people can ask for more information. They'll be contacted by a real patriot from your audience that raised their hand and volunteered to help with this. And we're going to show people how to simply switch. We landed on the word switch a long time ago. That was a word that you had been using. I think switch is the whole key here, because the point is not to bust a budget. It's not to spend money that you're not already spending. It's just to take the money that you are spending and be intentional about where you put it.
Correct.
Because if we don't get intentional about what we're doing, this can't be done by accident. This has to be done on purpose. Accident is what happens when you turn left into Walmart on the way home from work. That just, that's the
Well,
that's the
I just told you how intentional I was to go shop at Walmart. I had to plan it. I live an hour and a half away, so it wasn't like I could just hop in the truck and in 5 minutes I'm at Walmart like I used to. I had to intentionally plan a trip down there to spend my money and plan out what I was going to buy and all that, because if I didn't get it all in one trip, I couldn't turn around tomorrow and go back. It's too far. So that's what we're asking people to do tonight is just intentionally make a decision to take that dollar out of your wallet, and instead of giving 25 cents of that to marketing and advertising that works against you, take that money and spend it at a Patriot-owned business. And I know there's a lot of questions in the chat, but I can't sit here all night and answer every one of these questions for you, because there's just so much more to tell you. So that's why I created LWN Flip the Switch, and I've got 4 people that are Patriots. I think about 4 people that are Patriots that are part of LWN that are actually going to reach out to you personally. As soon as you go there and you fill out the email thing and it sends it out to us, then they'll reach out to you, and we'll set up a Zoom call and we can answer all these calls for you guys. But I don't know. I've been using the products now for, like I said, 4 months. The one thing that I am stuck on is the coffee. I ordered extra this month. I plan on giving some to my neighbor across the street because she loves coffee. There's another gal up the street that loves coffee too. I went to lunch with my parents yesterday and had coffee there at the cafe. I almost spit it out because it was so nasty. The cafe coffee just doesn't hold up for me. So.
Yeah. I want to address a comment in chat real quick. Somebody saying that they go to HEB and they're a family company. Nobody is trying to discourage you from supporting local in any way, shape, or form. The point here is that their supply chain is completely controlled. What do they have on the shelf at HEB? They have Tide, Downy, Dawn, Cheer, Crest toothpaste. They all have exactly the same stuff. Again, the cabal controls 95% of all the shelf space. There's almost no family companies left. And when they do, just in the last 10 to 15 years, companies like Burt's Bees sold to Clorox. Tom's of Maine, that sold to, I want to say that sold to Procter & Gamble. He got something like $100 million for that company. Seventh Generation, Method Cleaners, Mrs. Meyer's Clean Day, all those companies, they get bought up, they disappear. I mean, the marketing name still exists, but the family company's gone. If you can find it on the shelf somewhere, it's 95% chance that it's compromised, that it's owned by one of the big ones.
And this is something else that I want to say. This is just one little piece of the puzzle. So this isn't the one-stop shop for me. This is just one piece of the puzzle. So there's other Patriot-owned businesses that I will purchase from, like my meat. I'm trying to get it local from the farmers and the ranchers around here. There's all kinds of change that you can make to buy from Patriot-owned businesses all around you. It doesn't have to be just one place. It can be multiple places that you can purchase it. You guys get frustrated with me on this show when I tell you how skeptical I am about everything that comes across my show. You guys cannot dispute that with me. You get frustrated with me. Come on, Mike, don't lose faith. This, that, and the other. I'm telling you, I put these guys through the ringer because I was so skeptical. So I really tippy-toed into it. I took my time, and I would never bring anything to this channel that I didn't really believe in. And this is one thing that I do believe in because, one, the products I absolutely love. My son is loving them. My family is loving them. It's just it is a change for me. It's a lifestyle change for me. It's flip the switch for me. It is how can I make a difference? And this Patriot company alone last year took $3 billion away from the box stores. $3 billion. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, and we can double that, we can triple that, and that hits these cabal right in the nuts. It hits them where it counts, which is in the old pocketbook, the finances. So, listen, I understand there's a lot of questions, a lot of things out there that you want to know, and I can answer those questions for you. Gene can answer them for you. And what we do is we take people who are interested in asking those questions, and we have a Zoom call with you, and then it's face to face, and we can answer all those questions for you. So as we're wrapping this up, Gene, anything else that you want to put out there, and then Shane can hop up with me here in a few minutes, and we'll finish out the show tonight. And I do appreciate your time to come out here and help show us some of this stuff. Because I think it's important that regardless of anybody's interested in this one company or not, my whole job here is just to try to wake people up and say, hey, quit spending at Walmart, quit giving your money to Crest, Tide, Gain, and all the rest of those guys that are out there that are doing evil things to us, and start spending your money somewhere else at a Patriot-owned business. And when you do, dive into them and make sure that they're not selling the stuff that we're fighting against, because it's important that we do our homework.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, again, we went on a deep dive. We've done the homework. If we had a better solution, we'd be offering it. That's just part of the picture, like you were saying. With Patriot Switch, we've been actually actively working on some other things, and we bring them to light every time we find them. We're assembling a vendor list, actually, but we want to know where these companies stand, where the leadership of these companies stand, before we stand behind them. Because just because it's an American company and it's made here, even that, I mean, shoot, Ben and Jerry's ice cream's made here.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
You think I'm a skeptic? You think I'm a skeptic? My dad's twice as bad as me, and that's why I created LWN Flip the Switch .com, and he told my mom yesterday or day before. He said, when you place your order, make sure you get that hand soap for me. So he did not want. He had all kinds of questions and concerns, and then once he started trying the products, now he's letting my mom know, don't you forget to order that. So it's just an amazing opportunity for you to, like I said, carve out a little bit of your budget and spend it somewhere else, and not keep putting it to BlackRock and Vanguard and the rest of them. It's just I'm not doing it anymore. I don't care what anybody else does. This guy right here, I'm not spending my money there any longer. I'm going to try my best to spend every penny that I make not there. And a lot of people do it, and I see a lot of comments in the chat that says, man, we don't shop there. And man, I am proud of you guys for not doing that. So help the rest of us get out of that trap too, because it is a trap. Buying from Walmart is a giant mouse trap, and we all walk into it every day when we walk through those double doors at Walmart. It's a big trap, and we got to get away from it. We've got to take this Patriot movement, and we got to fund ourselves in the movement and quit funding the opposition. And that's what we're doing. We're funding the opposition to fight against us when we're choosing to spend our money at Vanguard, at BlackRock, at Walmart, J&J, and the rest of them. We're just funding the opposition. So make a commitment tonight, whatever it may be. Make the commitment tonight that you're going to do your best to quit spending your money with those guys, and find Patriot companies all over America to spend your money at, and we'll make a huge difference together. So,
Absolutely.
um,
We are, and if there's, again, the bright side of this whole thing is Patriots everywhere, all over the country.
everywhere.
I've talked to hundreds of them. My team has talked to thousands of them, from all over the country, all over Canada. It's crazy. The movement's coming.
Yeah, and
Join us.
this company
Join us.
ships to 20 different company or countries. So
Yep.
this company ships out to 20 different countries around the world. So it's a growing business. And like I said, I promise you this: if you try the coffee, you're never gonna drink another kind of coffee. I guarantee it. I'll if you drink the coffee and say you hate it, I'll buy it from you. I promise that.
There you go. All right, you heard him, folks.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, Gene. I really
All right.
appreciate it. We'll be in touch very soon. And
Thanks for having
Shane
me.
wants to hop up here with me. We'll finish this out tonight, and it's been a pleasure. So thank you, sir.
Sounds good. Have a good one.
All right, you too. All right, guys. I know there's lots and lots of questions. Like I said, if you guys, I created lwnfliptheswitch.com for a reason, so that you guys can get those questions answered. So that is an avenue for you. And I'll be glad to sit in on a Zoom call with you guys personally, and answer those questions for you. So, Shane, if you're going to hop up here, brother, you better do it quick. If not, there he is. He's Johnny on the spot tonight. How you doing there, Shane?
Good. Good.
You're all frozen. There you are. There's the smile I was looking for. It's been a pretty busy day. Busy yesterday. So, I've got a praise report that I gotta tell everybody real quick. The reason why I was not here last night, and it's something that I decided yesterday I was going to start doing. I just want you guys to know where my heart is. All right, because this thing that I'm asking you guys to take a look at and participate in and flipping the switch, it means so many different things to me. Um, and one of the things that happened yesterday, the night before yesterday, actually, was my best friend Skip. He owns a nice little ranch, 13 miles out of town here, and where he lives, there's all of his neighbors are all ranchers. They live the cowboy life, and it's truly a amazing life if that's what you choose to do. And what happened was they had a nice young bull, red Angus, that got in a fight with another bull, and he either broke his hip, broke his back, broke his leg, something to this young bull. So he wasn't able to survive. He could eat, but he wasn't going to get up and do anything. So they called me Tuesday and said, "Hey, if you want this, you can have it." And so I made some calls and some arrangements with my family. This is a 2,000-pound animal. And so we decided yesterday that we were going to go ahead and harvest him and take him to the butcher. And so that's what I was doing all day yesterday and late into yesterday evening. We were able to take care of that and get him to the butcher. And now that is, as we're looking at the economy, as we're looking at inflation and everything that's going on. I'm telling you the story for a reason, folks. Okay. With the inflation and everything that's going on in our world today, I wanted to make sure that I could take care of my family. So the animal was given to me, and all I had to do was pay for the processing of the animal. So basically, what that's going to do for my family is I'll have a net gain of about 700 pounds of beef. A lot of it is going to be hamburger, and that is going to go to me, my two brothers' families, my parents, and my aunt and my cousin. And so that kind of is another little safety net for me, preparing for what could happen. And there's a point to this story, so just hang with me there for a minute. I promise I'm going to get to the end of it. And so that's what I was doing yesterday. It was a lot of hard work. It was worth it. Thank you, Skip. Thank you, Tony. One, for thinking of me and my family when that happened. Two, thank you for all the hard work that you guys put in yesterday, helping me, and they helped haul it to the butcher for me. So thank you so much to Skip and Tony for doing that. But here was my thought. These ranchers around here, this happens quite often. It's wintertime. Some of their cows will fall and break a pelvis, break a hip. And at times the farmers, if they don't have anybody that'll take it, they'll just they'll put it out of its misery and then kind of drag it over to the bone pile, and it becomes coyote bait at that point. So I talked to Skip, I talked to Tony yesterday. They're going to put the word out for people, and this is my heart. This is the end of the story. What I'm going to do is, when this stuff happens, obviously my freezer is going to be full, but if it happens again, I'm going to raise the money to pay for the processing fee, which is roughly around $500 to $700 to process this. And when I get it done processing, I'm gonna find families in need around here. With this high inflation, it's hard to go to the store and pay $6 and $7 a pound for hamburger. It's hard to go buy $15 a pound bacon. It's hard to buy a roast, because it's so expensive. So my heart wants to bless families, and I also want to bless the elderly around here that are living on fixed incomes. They can't go to the store and buy expensive meat. So that's my heart. So I'm going to take these animals as needed, and I'm going to process them. I'm going to donate free of charge, as long as I can come up with a processing fee. I'm going to give to the families and to the elderly around here that need it. If there's some left over, we'll take it to the food bank here. There's quite a few people in this little town that depend on the food bank to survive every month. So what a blessing that could be, instead of allowing this animal to completely go to waste. I want to do my best to try to capitalize on that. Go ahead, Shane.
Well, and I did see somebody in the chat say something, but did you save the hide? And I'm pretty sure you're going to say no, but if you will start saving them hides and get them to, I'm sure there's a taxidermy around there somewhere. Get them to tan that hide, and I will buy them hides.
Okay. All right,
So
I'll make that happen, Shane.
$bucks, and not only that, because I can sell them down here. Plus, I've got a couple of bars I've built for like outside and stuff like that are mobile, so you can move them in the winter, and I can wrap them in hides. It's real common around here.
So. Okay, so we'll try to use every part of the animal if we possibly can. So anybody who's interested in Rocky Mountain oysters, let me know. I can box them up and ship them to you.
You can keep all them damn things. Never had them and never won them.
Yeah, Skip says, I told you, Mike. He was asking me about the hide yesterday if I wanted it, and I'm like, I don't have any use for it right now. So anyway, that's just one thing that I really want to do around here. There's churches around here that would take the excess meat and give it to parts of their congregation. I'm telling you, folks, being a patriot to me and flipping the switch is about helping one another out. So if that's something that I can do, I know I don't have a lot of time on my day because I'm busy, but I'll make time to try to do things like that to help the people around here, because times are tough, man. And I don't know about this inflation, if it's going to get worse or not. So I'm just kind of preparing for it, and I'm trying to help people in my own community. It starts in your backyard. It starts with you getting involved and trying to make a difference. And that's just one place that I'm gonna throw some energy at when it's needed, because it's not every day, it's not every week. It happens every great once in a while. When it does, I want to be there to capitalize and try to help people in need in my community.
Yeah, we do that around here when we get a chance. We got a bunch of ranches around here, and if a person knows how to do it, I've got some buddies that run anywhere from 700 to 4,000 heads. So we can come up with quite a bit around here. So it helps out a bunch. We do the same thing. So it's just all our taxidermists are left, and the ones that was left around anywhere even remotely close have passed away or moved away. So I'm having a hard time getting somebody to do the hides for me now.
All right. Well, I'll see what I can do here, Shane, and we'll try to help you out and get those over to you. Like I said, I don't like wasting anything if I can.
Right.
And it is what it is. What it is. Unfortunately, the animals get hurt, and this bull was between $3,000 and $10,000 bull. It was a very expensive animal. Very very good genes and bloodline. They're breeding bull, and he got hurt, and that was it. So, hamburger, a lot of hamburger.
Yep. Well, there's going to be a lot of steak in there too. So
I'm looking forward to the brisket. I like to cook
beef
brisket.
tips.
Yep. So, 2,000-pound animal. I just threw him over my shoulder and packed him to the truck and threw him on the back of the truck and strapped him down.
Well, it's
All right. Skip's in the chat right now. He was driving the tractor. I was just helping.
he was running the chain.
Yeah, I was running the chain, and Skip was running the tractor, and his wife was backing the truck up, and it got a little dicey on ice, man. I was, you got 2,000 pounds lifted straight up on the bucket of the tractor. If the truck hit the tractor just right, that thing tipped right over on me and throw Skip off, and it was a little dicey there for a minute, but we made it through it, and then we went and fed all of his farm animals around his place, and it was my pleasure to help him out. And then we headed north. We took him to the guy up there that processed them, and then we went out and had some Mexican food yesterday, which I'll never say no to. So it was a hard day at work, but we got to enjoy a little bit of conversation with each other. We got to spend most of the day together, so it was a good day.
Well, good. Now, once you get your steaks in there, you can spend all day smoking up a bunch of meat and sit down with a cold beer and have you a nice dinner now.
Well, his wife, Tony, was a little concerned as we were going through our little hometown here. We're heading north, and there was a sheriff's deputy sitting on the side of the road, and we had the bull upside down, legs straight up in the back of a flatbed, and we realized real quick we have no way of proving that this is ours. She's like, what if we get pulled over and we can't prove that this is ours? And I went, wow, didn't think of that one. That could be a problem.
Do they not brand cattle up there?
Oh, they do, but it wasn't their brand. It's not my brand. I don't have a brand. The only brand that I have is LWN. I ain't putting that on any cows. Maybe we should buy a ranch. Maybe we should buy a ranch in Oklahoma, Shane, and we'll put the LWN brand on the side of the hip of the cow. We'll start our own beef ranch.
Trust me, it's
Liberty
not
beef.
to buy some land.
Yeah, Liberty beef. You guys want to buy some Liberty beef? All grass fed. All right. Well, I don't know. Is there anything else you want to talk about tonight, Shane? I want to say thank you again to Gene for coming on with us. Thank you so much. He brought some, I thought, really good information. A lot of information that maybe people knew, maybe some people didn't know. Yeah, Libert beef. I like that one too. So thank you, Gene, for coming on, and thank you, Andy. If you didn't catch it, we did figure out. Alan figured out my mic, so we had another podcast today over on Podbean with Andy from Miles Franklin. So thank you to Andy for joining me on Podbean, and then he so graciously wanted to help us out with our coin giveaway that we do at the end of every month, and he said that he would help us out on that. So now we are up to 10 silver coins for January 31st. I know Tara needs a couple of days to put that all together into the computer program. So we'll probably stop taking qualifiers on January 29th. So if you guys do a super chat, or if you guys have a reoccurring membership on any of the other channels, that qualifies you for the coin giveaway that we will do on the 31st. And like I said, we'll stop it on the 29th so that Tara has enough time to get that all put together. So anybody who wants to do that, you're welcome to. I did send off the rest of the coins, so people should be getting the ones from last month. I would say probably by mid next week, no later than mid next week. So those were all shipped off. Those were a lot of fun. I got t-shirts. Shipped off. So tomorrow I got to go back into the store and send out the emails to everybody that I shipped the t-shirts off. So for those of you, if you get an email tomorrow that says your order has been fulfilled for the t-shirts, that means I've already mailed them out for you guys. So I did figure that out. And I got some other things that I figured out for shipping. So I'm going to start working on that too and getting more of those items out. Shane, we got the coffee cups that I sent those over to Deanna. She's going to put those into the store too. So if you guys,
She called me.
So if you guys want to check out the coffee cups, they'll be on the website here real soon too. And for the coffee cups, correct me if I'm wrong, Shane, but for the coffee cups, they can pick any badge they want, and we can put that badge on the coffee cup, correct?
Yeah, I've got to get to
the states
I've got
first.
12 USA ones that I need to get rid of first so we can get that program out of the way. But yeah, then other than that, then the other ones, any of the states we can do.
Okay. And what about like the spiritual badges, the military badges, the first responder badges?
Those will be just like the rest. Whatever their order is, as long as I've already got it sent to them, they just punch a button, it prints it out, and
okay,
we put it on the mug, and it's done.
All right, so we're working on that too. Just a lot of fun merchandise that we enjoy. We got some other things that we're working on too. We won't tell you. We'll show you when they're done, right, Shane?
I can't wait.
I don't want to tell anybody what Shane is working on, but I promise you're not going to want to miss the episode when he actually physically has it in his hand and he's able to show you guys on screen, because it's going to be truly amazing. You're going to love it, and I already love it. I haven't even seen it yet. So anyway, unless there's anything else that we want to put out tonight, I guess we can go ahead and call it an early night.
Yeah, Skip, most of these mugs are 12 ounce. I think there's a few 11 ounces mixed in there, if you ask me, but I wasn't going to complain. We got them done. So 1 ounce, I don't think you'll know the difference. That's just the first sip that usually burns your damn tongue anyway.
Well, to have, I know one of our viewers, she always joins us on devotions in the morning. She says, I got LWN in my cup. It's a great way to start a morning. Whatever that Maxwell Health commercial was. So I could tell you the best thing is to have an LWN coffee mug with the coffee that I'm talking about. It will be the best part of your day, especially if you start with daily devotions with us. You're going to have an amazing day, period. So,
Well, she was having some of that during the podcast too.
Oh, was she? All right. Well, that's
I've
good.
seen it.
She likes coffee. Coffee's good. It is good. Keeps you regular. Right? Okay.
Yep.
All right. I say we get off of here. Let's get out of here. Let's have an early night tonight. We'll be back tomorrow evening for Ladies' Night. Tammy, the Hammer Nation, and Mary Kay, Scad Warrior 2. We'll be back tomorrow evening. You guys come out, support them. They had a really interesting show last week. I sat there and listened to most of it. It was really interesting talking about time travel. So they come out with some really unique topics that I think is a lot of fun to talk about. Very interesting. You might learn something. You might be able to share something. They take live callers. So come check them out tomorrow evening, 8 Eastern, 7 Central. Ladies of Liberty. So I enjoy that show. Tomorrow is Thursday. So tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we got daily devotions, and then I do headline hits at noon Eastern. And then I might try to slide in a Podbean with Brother John Estabrooks. We might slide in an extra Podbean tomorrow early before 3 p.m. because I got some stuff I got to do on my truck. So we'll be back to the series that John and I has been working on Podbean. If you guys want to join us over there tomorrow afternoon. That's pretty much all the announcements that I have for tonight, unless you got anything else, Shane.
I don't have anything extra. That was it. That's all I had.
All right. Well, let's kick the can and get out of here. What do you say?
I'm waiting on you.
All right. Check us out, folks. LibertyWarriorNation.com. You can go to the action button, and up there in the action button is a link to Miles Franklin. If you guys are interested in checking that out, the store link is up there in the left-hand corner as well. There is a more button on the right side of the screen. If you guys have a prayer request, you guys can send it to us there. And that is LibertyWarriorNation.com. That's our webpage. And thank you, Deanna, our webmaster, for keeping that up to date as much as possible. Really appreciate it. And with that being said, we will see you guys back here tomorrow evening for Ladies' Night at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain, and Shane?
5 Pacific.
5 Pacific. All right. God bless. Love you all. Have a great night.
See you.
Hoping for a sincere performance, but open to finding the moment, to finding out where I'm headed now. Looking for a sign of disaster, so I can make it there faster. I'm weighing the consequences out.